As Australia's sixth largest city, the Gold Coast has always been under pressure from a traffic perspective. The existing road network was heavily congested and there was a clear need for a new public transport solution. The light rail projects and similar systems have been used throughout the world and have been very positive in growing cities. The GoldLink consortium called on Cardno based on our longevity in the region. We've been on the Gold Coast for 50 plus years and obviously based on that experience we've got really strong relationships with key local authorities and also a good track record of delivering city changing infrastructure in the region. Cardno brought on their subsurface utility engineering expertise, which is a full cycle engineering input. It starts with the locating of the services in the ground, so identifying where the services are. It then progresses into modelling and design of those services. Another key component was the design of the 16 stations along the route, plus the major depot, service depot that's located around Arundel. And then finally, and probably most importantly, was the urban and landscape design component. What you see is what you get now, and Cardno were intimately involved in the design of that finished product, which was a key point for us. I think without a doubt managing the existing services, the project and the Gold Coast area is obviously developed probably 40, 50 years ago. Things weren't always done the way they should have been done from an engineering perspective, and then when you're building a $1 billion piece of infrastructure along that section of the coast, you're bound to encounter some issues. So our role was initially to provide advice to GoldLink in how they should treat and deal with those existing services, because the light rail had impacted on some existing services, but that then progressed into some fairly detailed engineering work around locating those services, identifying whether they need to be protected or whether they need to be relocated, and then going through the negotiation process and approval processes with authorities. So it's already providing that key public transport link for the community, whether that's for employment or recreation purposes. It's well used. The other asset of the project that has already started to come to fruition is around transport orientated development. So the stations, 16 stations along the route are now seeing some establishment of higher density development compared to what was originally proposed, and that was the whole intent of a sustainable project like the Gold Coast Light Rail. And lastly, the Commonwealth Games is coming up in 2018, and this piece of infrastructure will be a key for getting the public, the athletes around the Gold Coast, and will be heavily used in that regard.